morning. It is Tuesday, October 2nd, a little before 9, and we have cleared Block Island Great Salt Pond Harbor. We did manage to sail off the anchor in light southeast breezes, and a few minutes after that, the wind died pretty much completely. So we had to motor out of the harbor. I mean, with a southeast breeze, I could have sailed right straight out the channel if there had been any wind. So we got out into Block Island Sound here, and we tested the wind and found there's a little, and it seems light and variable. Not so much in direction, but in strength. So the forecast is for 5 knots from the southeast this morning, shifting around more to the south later in the day, and it says with gusts to 25. 5 knots with gusts to 25. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So we're only going to Point Judith. I didn't look at the mileage. It's not all that far. So slow is okay. Will get us there. We'll see what happens. It is supposed to be mostly cloudy all day, so once again, we're not getting a lot of solar energy. And that's about it. You know, I think I forgot to show you the chart yesterday, and I'll make up for that and eventually show you the chart for today. And there are now small craft advisories for overnight, which is a pretty short duration small craft advisory, just tonight through tomorrow morning, with strong southwest breezes. So we'll probably be going back to that nice little hidey hole we found way up in Point Judith Pond to protect us from the breezes. And I don't know if you can see that the mainsail is just won't keep position because there is no wind. Well, we'll see what happens. It's about 12:30, and we're about 40 minutes out from Point Judith Outer Harbor, and it's been a boring day. So the wind died quite a while back, and we've been motoring. It's kind of strange. It looks like there should be wind, the sea condition, and I've stopped several times and put up sails several times because I thought there was wind, and then it turns out there actually wasn't. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of traffic in and out of the entrance to the harbor, and we'll try to avoid getting anyone's way getting in there. Not a lot going on today. Well, it's about 10 after 2, and we've dropped anchor in Congdon Cove in Point Judith Pond, where we've been before. It's a lovely place with just one house, otherwise wooded, and we'll have to check the latest weather forecast, but if the forecast from this morning holds with a prediction of gusts to 30 knots overnight, we should be in a good location for that. But well, time to do this and that. The weather did improve a little bit. The skies are not quite as leaden, and there were little breaks, so we got a couple of minutes of sunshine. So the trend is good. See how far it goes. Before I let too much time pass, I suppose I should show you the chart, since to the best of my recollection I entirely forgot to show you the chart yesterday. So we'll cover yesterday and today. Well, unfortunately, there is no one page of the Map Tech chart book that shows both Lake Montauk, where we left yesterday morning, and Block Island, where we went, which is off here someplace. So, from the entrance buoy off Lake Montauk, we headed northeast. There's really not a lot to this, which is maybe why I didn't show you yesterday. So that's a course of roughly 080 magnetic. So here is not Lake Montauk, which is off to our left someplace, but Montauk Point. And I think I took a picture of the lighthouse out there. Anyway, here's our track line all the way up to the entrance buoy off the Great Salt Pond. That's about 17 miles. And I don't recall exactly how long it took us to do that, but we were moving along at a pretty good clip. And we stayed in the Great Salt Pond way down here at this end someplace. And then this morning made our way out where the wind died. And then came back a little bit, and we managed to sail up here towards the buoy 1BI for Block Island, and continue on towards Point Judith. This leg is 3.5 nautical miles. This leg is 6.9. We motored almost all of this, and then came down and entered into the western entrance into the Point Judith Harbor of Refuge. And we'll pull out another chart for that. Oh, look, and the page that has the blow up for the Point Judith Pond also has the blow up for the Great Salt Pond on Block Island. So where we anchored last night was just south of this point here, in this area that says 4 feet of water. We found somewhat more than that there, and that's just outside this dotted line, which is a mooring field that you're not supposed to anchor in. And you can anchor up in here, but it's 20 feet plus deep, almost all of it, and it does get shallower at the end, but you can't anchor north of this dotted line. Anyway, and current plan is to go back here tomorrow night. So getting back to Point Judith, we came in the west entrance here into the Harbor of Refuge, and trying to dodge the commercial fishing men coming in, we made our way up into Point Judith Pond, and up and up and up. And if the weather forecast was benign, I might anchor out here in this great big open area. But since it's for small craft warnings, I came back to a place I did once before, Congdon Cove, way up in here, where it's very pleasant, and we should get good protection from the southwest breezes. Forecast gusts up to 30 knots, they're saying. So that's where we are right now. It's a little after 6:30 and time for dinner. And tonight we've got coq au vin. That was frozen, by the way, not dehydrated. And a little bit of wine, of course.